Hello, friends, and welcome to the world of the International Fab Talks. We are glad and happy to connect with you every single day. And today we are being joined by a very special friend who's joining us all the way from Albertville, Alabama, which is located in USA. He's a very good friend and a lovely person who we all could really connect with, a warm person, down to earth, humble and polite, who respects human bonds. He is Mr. David Brian Patterson. Hello, sir, and welcome to the session.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Thank you so much for taking out some time and joining us today on this beautiful session, the International Fab Talks. I go ahead and share your profile in an official way, sir. My friends, I'd like to introduce our special guest in an official way. As I earlier mentioned, our special celebrity and guest for today is Mr. David Brian Patterson. He lives in Albertville, Alabama, which is in USA, friends, and he has accomplished and studied very well. And he has accomplished and attained 2 degrees, one in IT and one in communication. And he works with a ministry called Crimson Flood Ministry. They have lovely children, and those, the people around them all live together with lots of love and peace. Their little children are connected with everyone. They go to school and they have a beautiful family and they live in peace. So let's get to know about how things go on in Alabama and how is the lifestyle of Mr. David. We'll get to know about his views, likes, and dislikes on this special session called as the International Fab Talks. So, we'd like to come back to you now. We'd like to know who is the real David. I've shared something about you officially. I'd like you to share something about yourself as to who the real David is.
I'm a very playful, loving man. I love children. I love to travel.
That's really nice. Sir loves to travel. And of course, I did meet Sir once when I was traveling towards Alabama. And that's how I got to know Mr. David, a lovely human being. Yes, sir. And you love children, as you said. That's really nice. It's a beautiful way to connect with people and especially with little children. That's wonderful. Dear sir, you are now into the ministry called as Crimson Flood Ministry. What is this all about?
Well, my wife is a minister,
Okay.
and she ministers to children who's gone through family problems and and ones that have trouble going to school. We assist them if we can. Some are unable to be helped, but there are a few special children out there that we can help. We're not a very big organization. There's only 3 of us involved. I like to think we're doing good work, good Christian work.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's really nice. What inspired you to, enter into this beautiful profession of counseling people, of being a great help to the special needs to children, or you could say the families that require little counseling and...
Well, since I've seen you traveling, I'm working on my bachelor's degree in psychology. And I read a good bit about troubled children. And was very shortly after that, this man called me from CLI, college in Florida, wanting to know if I would be willing to help him with the ministry. He wanted to start a ministry. So I agreed, and the wife agreed to stay in Kenya and lead the way.
How sweet. That's really nice. Excellent. So, would you like to take us down now on your memory lane with regard to your childhood? We'd like to know certain incidents about your childhood. Were you the naughty one or the quiet and shy child at home?
I was trouble.
Any incident to relate to that?
Played football. I was very good at football. There's a few incidents there, fights on the field. But I smoothed out later on. I became a good boy.
Any other incident about your childhood? Could you recollect any incident that you didn't inform mom and dad, you went out, or some incident at school, a happy one, a humorous one?
There was a small child being picked on by a 3 years older student, and I was no bigger than the child being picked on. I jumped on the big boy and beat him, and I had a reputation after that nobody picks on children, small children, when David's around.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
That reputation carried with me all through school.
That's really nice, so beautiful, sir. Excellent.
I was considered tough, so
Yes.
I was kind of ashamed of it a little later in life, but it was something that needed to happen that particular first day.
Yes. That's really nice. Thank you for sharing that beautiful incident. Any memories with your mom and dad?
Oh, yes. I don't remember my birth in California, but I remember 2 years later, my dad was in the Marine Corps. We moved to North Carolina. I remember the first time I seen snow when I was 3 years old in North Carolina. Seen my first swimming pool.
Yes.
Then we moved to Georgia, and I lived there until I was 17 years old when I joined the Army. I went to Fort Dix, New Jersey, in the middle of winter. With snow up to your knees. That was enough snow for me. There's many, many other incidents, other things that happened in my life. I could go on for a very long time.
Yes. Yes, that's really nice. Thank you for sharing those beautiful experiences. So we'd like to know, who is your inspiration? Or you could say, who is your role model? Either of these you could answer. Or which person in your life holds an important place and you consider them to be an inspiration or a role model?
A football coach named Paul. He inspired me to do better as things that need to be done. And there was a school teacher. He insisted I was very intelligent, that I should stay in school and go to college. I didn't make it back to college until I was 40 years old.
Yes.
But I made it back. Are you having trouble understanding me?
No, I understand you, sir. I get that very well. I understand.
Okay.
Yes. Do you understand what even I am sharing now? You can understand me, right? You can.
Yes, perfectly.
Same to you, sir.
A lot
So,
of people, a lot of places I've gone in the world, people have a hard time understanding my mid-Georgia dialect.
you're quite
So
clear.
I try to be clear.
You are quite clear. Yes. Yes, sir. You love reading books, and if yes, which is your favorite book?
My favorite book was the first book I read, Moby Dick. I don't, Captain Ahab fighting a giant whale. Have you ever heard of that book, Moby Dick?
I haven't heard about it, sir. It's the first time I'm hearing about it.
I enjoy, I don't think. There's a
Yes, sir.
Indian book. I
Mhm.
can't think of the name of it. Where it has the Vimana. It's a
Yes.
Hindu book. There's a couple of those I've enjoyed reading different parts of. You know the Vimana?
Vimana?
Yes.
Yeah,
The
I've heard
flying,
about it.
the flying ship?
Yes, yes. This like a spaceship, right?
Yes. Yeah, I really enjoy those.
Oh, that's great. Yes, that's beautiful, sir. Thank you for sharing. What about sports and games?
I played American football for 7 years. From the age of 7 years old until I was in high school. I was the most valuable player 1 year in high school. And then I came back after the summer to spring training, and everyone had grown except me.
Yes.
So I played a running back for a time. I wasn't fast enough, so I had to find a new sport. Started racing cars with my neighbor. So I did auto mechanics and auto racing for a number of years. I worked for the railroad when I was 18 years old for several years. I owned an electrical company for several years and a diesel repair shop for 5 years. And I built a house in the country. And I kind of semi-retired for about 15 years. Had 2 children. Lived in the woods. Did a lot of fishing. Cutting firewood. Raising chicken. And quail. Do you have quail in India?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. They're very delicious.
Yes, sir.
All my children are grown. Except for one, I have a 14-year-old daughter. She lives with her mother from a divorce. The way I ended up in Africa, I met someone online. And they made me laugh. After all I'd been through with the previous marriage, I needed a good laugh. So I went and visited her. After 6 months, I decided to marry her. She had a 13-year-old son. And I was the only father he had ever had. He's 23 now. We've been married 10 years. I've sent him to college. He's a very fine son. I'm very proud of him. That kind of brings me up to date. I'm living in Iberville alone because the wife is on a ministry trip. But other than that, everything seems to be going well. My washing machine broke last week. I had to replace it. Other than that, everything's okay.
Yes. You shared that with me. Yes, I remember. Yes.
Yeah, I wish I had somebody to help me hang all these clothes that I've washed in the closet.
Yes.
I don't fold clothes well.
Yes. And we always wish you a very happy and peaceful life, sir. Everything will be fine. So, what does friendship mean to you? And how many friends have been with you through thick and thin?
I'll have to say my wife is number one friend. She sticks by me even if I'm wrong. Of course, she tells me in her very stern way that I'm making a mistake. Football coaches, my mother, my sister, family members that I can count on as friends, and Andrea.
Yes, definitely, sir.
There are many. I have friends in different places all over the world.
Yes. So, what does forgiveness mean to you? Are you able to forgive people easily?
Yes, I find it very easy. If I see the smallest amount of regret in someone's eyes, I'll forgive quickly. Regret is something you can spot in someone's eyes very easily if you know what you're looking for. Did I make that understandable?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I don't do a lot of talking, so I have to be careful and not stumble over my words.
Yes.
You may notice me rocking. I have a Parkinson's disease.
Parkinson's? Is it Parkinson's?
Yes.
Since when did you have this and when did this start up?
Started when I was 55, but it started out real slow. I'm 64 now.
When was the onset of this thing, Parkinson's disease? When did it start? Actually, when did you identify that, yes, this is Parkinson's and I am aware of it?
About 6 years ago, I seen a doctor because I was moving very slowly. And he did some tests and diagnosed me with Parkinson's disease. But it had been mentioned by another doctor when I was 55. So that was 10 years ago, something like that. I'll be 65 in September. It was 55 when that doctor mentioned. But it's progressing very slowly. I can control the rocking if I focus on it. Usually when I talk, I'll nod my head. People think it's natural, but the medication keeps things under control. There's some pain, have muscle constriction, but that's controlled with muscle relaxers and pain relievers. I do pretty well for someone my age. I can still run. I can chase the bad guy or run from the bad guy.
Yes, sir. You'd like to share something else? Please go ahead.
Well, my mind is running, but it's coming up blank.
Yes.
I've told a life story in just a
Yes.
few paragraphs.
Yes. So we'd love to know about movies. Which is your favorite movie?
I watch a lot of movies. It's hard to choose a favorite.
Amongst all of them, which is your favorite one?
One called The Italian Job, where these jewel thieves steal a safe full of gold bullion. It's pretty exciting.
Yes. That's really nice. Dear sir, how would you want people to remember David?
I don't think they'll have any trouble remembering David.
For what reason they should remember David?
Those that know me know I'm a good man. And as long as they know that, I'll be happy being remembered as a good man. Generous, kind, and loving.
Yes. What is it? What is that one thing that you love about David?
I'm open-minded.
An open mind.
Yes. I enjoy the university, learning new things. I have 31 credits left in my bachelor's degree in psychology. So I'm doing very well with that one.
Excellent. So that's really nice. To understand the human mind, psychology is really important. To understand our own selves also, psychology is really very, very important and necessary. That's really nice. I'm so happy for you that you're into this beautiful field of understanding the concepts of psychology.
One thing about it, a lot of people start learning psychology and they start diagnosing themselves.
Very true. Very true.
Very bad thing to do.
Very true. I accept that. David, sir, what makes you angry?
People taking advantage of other people, abuse of animals, abuse of children, any type of abuse situation.
Very true. So,
Yes, sir. Those are things I will get involved with. I was in the Army all those years. I don't back down from trouble. I'm getting a little too old for trouble these days. But still, I will say something to someone who's being abusive to a child, or I'll call the police. I called the police to this lady in a supermarket one day. This baby couldn't have been 9 months old. And it was crying for some reason. And she slaps it beside the head. And that made the baby scream louder. I went outside and called the police, told them what happened. They called the Department of Family and Children's Services. And they came and picked up the child, called the father, took the mother to jail. That in my way of looking at things is abuse. Slapping a child that can't speak for itself. I thought it was terrible.
Yes, yes, that's really nice of you. Yes. So, from where do you derive your strength when you feel low? When you feel low, when you feel sad, from where do you derive your strength?
I text Andrea. I have a good network of family and friends. If I feel low, or I find something funny to watch on the internet or on television, or I go for a walk, go visit my neighbor, do something besides sit around and think about what's bothering me. Takes something pretty difficult to put me in a low state of mind.
Yes, that's beautiful. What makes you smile, Mr. David?
Being on international Fabtalks.
Wow, so sweet of you. Thank you so much for the respect and your time. I really appreciate that. That's really very nice and kind of you, sir, for being so humble. That's really nice.
You're most welcome.
So I'd like to know, is there anything that scares you?
I fear being eaten by dinosaurs. I've seen enough in my life. Nothing really scares me. Nothing really surprises me, except for maybe a snake. If I don't see the snake before he sees me,
Yes.
I don't know. Do you have cobras there where you are?
Yes, sir, we do have.
And I thought so. We don't have them, but we have rattlesnakes and one called a copperhead. They will both chase you. So I like to keep an eye. At one time, I would catch them, and then had children. Thought it'd be best not to have snakes in aquariums in the house. It surprises me more than it would scare me.
Yes. So, would you like to share a beautiful message for all the youngsters out there, for the younger generation? We'd love to hear a beautiful message from you for all of them.
I don't know how beautiful it is, but I suggest they stay in school if possible. Work as hard as they can, do the best they can. And follow whatever religious teachings their family brings them up with, and be good.
Yes. So, maybe know your favorite color?
Purple.
Royal color.
I like bruises.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah, I love purple.
So, when you were in school, what subject fascinated you?
Biology.
Biology.
Yes.
That's nice. So, we'd love to hear a nice favorite quote or a quotation, a proverb, maybe your favorite one, which is very close to your heart.
There's so many. That one I should have asked you about and written down. Let me think. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that who should ever believe in him will not perish, but have everlasting life. That's one of my favorites. It's easy to remember.
Yes.
Parkinson's also affects the memory a little bit and the speech. I take medication for the memory. I should have taken 2 before I got on here with you.
So your proudest accomplishment till date?
Excuse me?
Your proudest accomplishment till date?
My degrees. I'm the only child of my mother's that has gone to college. And it's making her proud. So I'll continue until she has to go.
Yes. So what about pets? Like you earlier mentioned, you had a lot of chickens and all of that. Apart from that, did you have a dog, a cat?
I had a cat and a dog and turkeys and a goat. I think that's all I've had. And the pet snakes. When I started having chickens, I couldn't keep the snakes around, the non-poisonous snakes. They would eat the eggs.
Yes, Dick. Yes. So thank you for sharing all of that. How many languages are you conversant in?
English and bad English. I can speak some Swahili, very little Spanish. I'm not a good language student. That's something that I'm not, that's something I'll tell you I'm not good at. When I try to speak Spanish, I confuse it with Swahili.
Yes.
And I'll put in a Swahili phrase talking to my Spanish neighbor. And he'll look at me like I have lost my mind. I say, sorry, wrong language. As you know, algebra operates in the same part of your brain as language. A lot of people have trouble with algebra because it's like learning a second language.
Yes. Yes, sir. We'd like to know this beautiful answer to this question, which I'm going to pose in front of you now. If you ever meet the Almighty Lord, and if the Almighty Lord was to give you a boon and give you the choice to select the boon, what kind of a boon or a superpower you would select from the Almighty? You would request the Almighty, what kind of a superpower? You'd like me to repeat the question?
I'm coming up with an answer now.
If you were ever to meet the Almighty Lord and he was, in a position to give you a superpower or a gift, you could call it a boon, a superpower, and you were given the choice to select your own boon or superpower, what kind of a superpower or boon you would ask from the Lord as a gift?
Only one?
Yes, sir, only one.
If I had mind control, I could stop people from doing bad things. If I had two, I'd want to be able to fly.
To be able to fly and to stop doing bad things, that's really nice. So, if at all you were given an opportunity to go into the past, this is an imaginary question. Imagine you have a time machine in your hand, and we ask you to click one of the buttons over there. And as soon as you click the button, that takes you into the past era. And there you have to go and relive somebody's life and return back. If this was the case, whose life you would love to relive and come back?
My own. I'd want to go back to grade school and work harder. There are many things I would change.
Yes.
If
yes.
I had a choice for a person's life, I would choose Albert Einstein. He didn't speak much either.
Yes. That's really
I
nice.
spend a lot of time thinking. And a lot of people would rather be watching television. Albert Einstein spent a lot of time in thought. I respect that. Especially with his accomplishments.
That's really nice. So now we have a small segment called as the rapid fire round. We'll get to know about your likes and dislikes. Is that fine, sir? We'll have a small segment called as the rapid fire round, which I will take another 10 minutes from you. I'm really happy that you've shared your space today with us on the International Fab Talks. In fact, my dear friends, I was waiting for Sir to share his time. And of course, today, the Almighty has blessed us with Sir's presence, and he is here with us sharing his journey, his views on life, and his experiences. Sir, now we get to know about your likes and dislikes on the small segment called as the rapid fire round. It's a brief session. Sir, which is the favorite month among all the 12 months? Which one is your favorite?
September. That's my birthday.
May we know when is your birthday, the date?
9/4/59. September 4th, 1959.
September 4th. That's really nice. So we can wish you for your birthday too. That's really great. So among all the 7 days, which is your favorite one?
Saturday.
Your favorite number?
7.
Your favorite music?
Rock and roll.
Song or dance?
Song.
Would you oblige to sing a song for us?
Not today.
A little one line or 2 lines? Your favorite one? Give it a try, sir.
I'm trying to think of one I know some words to. I listen to so many. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything I've hoped for. You're everything I need. You are so beautiful to me. I was looking at you when that came to mind. I'm a terrible flirt.
You have a lovely voice, sir. An excellent voice. Thank you for obliging to sing a song for all of us. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Dear sir, Did you ever regret spending money on any article or maybe a gadget or an electronic item? You ever regretted buying that and said, oh, why did I waste my money?
It's been quite some time since I've made a mistake like that.
Yes, sir.
I bought a car once that I had trouble getting parts for. I regretted that one. And I also bought a motorcycle that the man didn't tell me had a serious problem. I regretted that one. I had to rebuild the engine, which wasn't too much of a problem because I was a mechanic. I could rebuild motorcycles, diesel engines, automobiles, your roller skate.
Yes.
Just about anything.
Yes.
Any opportunity. There's another thing I'd like to tell these children. Anything that someone gives you a chance to learn, let them teach. I worked for different people all my life, helping anyone who needed help, doing something that I could use. I learned how to build houses from other people, allowing me to help them on their homes. To include plumbing, wiring, siding, the framing, the roofing, all of it. Septic system. Anything I could learn, I would learn.
Yes. You believe in comfort or style?
I kind of believe in both.
Yes.
But as you see, I have on my style, my turtleneck top, my open shirt, and my blue jeans.
Yes.
I call it my redneck tuxedo. I usually wear a blue jean jacket, and that completes the ensemble.
Yes. So, we'll go on to the next question. Your favorite snack?
It's cheese and crackers and
Yes.
chocolate.
Tea or coffee?
I like iced tea, but I drink hot coffee. I'm having coffee now.
Great. Yes, sir. That's really nice. So, are you an early bird or a night owl?
I'm more of a night owl.
Yes. What are you good at, like when it comes to cooking? What is the best thing that you could cook?
Toaster pastries. I can make a very nice fried chicken also, all joking aside. I can cook anything.
Yes, sir.
When I was semi-retired, my
Mhm.
wife worked so to provide us with a small amount of extra income and to pay the health insurance for the family. I cook something every night.
Yes, that's true.
I made a nice spaghetti. fried steak, fried chicken, stews, a lot of nice things. Children from nearby would always want to stop at my house with my son and have supper. They didn't go home and say Bobby's daddy, mama cooked it. They said Bobby's daddy cooked it. And she always loved coming home to a nice dinner.
Yes, sir. That's really nice. You'd like to share something more, sir?
On cooking,
So you're a great cook. That tells us that you're a wonderful cook and you cook tasty dishes. That's really nice. And it's a life skill, my dear friends. Every one of us should learn cooking. Till the last, we can really manage to be a great cook and fill our tummies well than having a lot of junk food from out. So you believe in socializing or me time?
I usually socialize with my next door neighbors. They're from Venezuela. They've come here to work. There's 5 men over there. I socialize with them, visit a couple of times a week, go to church from time to time.
Yes.
I meet people out in public, talk a little. I usually just stay busy here at this house my aunt has given me.
Yes, sir. So how would you describe a beautiful day in one word? Or what is,
Sunshine,
pardon?
mild, a mild day. That's not too much sunshine, not too much clouds, not very hot. You disappeared. Did you run out of water?
Yes. Your favorite season?
Spring.
You love the beach or the forest?
I kind of love both.
Prioritize which one?
The beach is nice. I like going to the beach.
Yes.
I like the shade in the forest. It would be a difficult choice. It would depend on who I was going to the beach with. If you wanted to go to the beach, we're going to the beach.
So the insect that you don't like?
Well, we know that bees and wasps are painful, but we have some spiders here that are even worse. And they're very small. They're called the brown recluse. They can get in your shoes. If they bite you, it'll make your toe or foot swell more than any bee or wasp. So that particular spider is not my favorite.
Yes.
I let insects live when I can. But if they're toxic, I'm afraid they have to go.
Yes. So, the best gift that you've received till date, or you could also say like the most precious gift that you've ever received till date.
The neighbors that I worked with, working on cars and building race cars, he was like 35, 36 years old, and I was still a boy. I was about 12 years old. And I kept on with him about selling me this car. And he sold it to me for $1. It was a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. If I had it today, it would be worth $30,000. And there was a miniature racetrack my father gave me for Christmas one year. And there was my son. My wife gave me 2 sons. One recent, one 33 years ago. Those were very good gifts. It's very difficult to choose the gift that I would put as number one. I've had many gifts in this life.
Yes. Yes. One last question, David sir. We'd like you now to share with us 3 gifts. What are the 3 gifts that you're going to give us in the form of 3 beautiful words, which could create a lot of magic and empower us? We make a request to all the celebrities and guests on the International Fab Talks to share 3 magical words. It could be power, it could be kindness, it could be love, it could be any of these 3 words, or any word that you feel worth sharing. As a parting gift to the International Fab Talks.
Love is the best gift of all. Heart, the inner heart, is another great gift. And friends is the greatest gift of all. It goes with the other 2 gifts. Only 3?
You could give us more, sir?
A good pet. A nurturing pet. Like when you come home, a dog is very happy to see you. No matter what kind of a bad day you've had, you can count on that dog to be very glad to see you when you come home. I do still have 2 cats, by the way. My auntie left 2 cats here. They stay outside. She took the house cat when she moved to her new apartment. She was tired of living in this house, but she didn't want to leave it empty. So she talked me into staying here while Rhoda was on a mission.
Yes.
Rhoda is my wife.
Yes. Thank you, sir, so much. You've been sharing so much with us and spending your time with us. You've shared a lot of wisdom. You've shared a lot of beautiful messages for each one of us. Looking forward to many more interactions with you, sir. I wouldn't want to be, taking much more time of yours because I know it's quite late for you and it's time for you to go to bed. You've been sharing your time with us selflessly. That's really very nice. Looking forward to have you very soon once again on the International Fab Talks. Thank you, sir.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you. Have a lovely time, sir. Stay blessed and stay connected. Wishing you all
Amen.
the success in your life.
I will talk to you soon.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. My dear friends, with this, we come to an end to the International Fab Talks for today. We had a lovely time with Mr. David Brian Patterson, joining us from Albertville, Alabama, USA, who is a lovely person, warm, kind, humble, and polite. This is what we all need in life. To have people around us who are humble, kind, polite, trustworthy, and of course, having that beautiful feeling of bonding, networking, and enhancing humanity. In the end, it's humanity that overtakes everything else. We have to love everyone and respect people, no matter which country they belong to. Stay safe and stay blessed. Signing off from the International Fab Talks. And if you like what we are doing, my dear friends, please do share this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you so much, Mr. David.
Thank you for having me.
Stay safe. Meeting you soon once more in the near future. God bless. Thank you.